Now, bikers doing their bit for charity. Nothing new there then, is there? People are raising money for all sorts of different organisations all over the place. But I want to introduce you to a man who's taken on what I think is a rather ambitious project. This is him, Wayne Booth. So tell me what it is exactly that you're attempting to do, Wayne.
Well, I'm planning to ride from John O'Groats to Land's End.
Well, there's nothing special in that in itself, riding from John O'Groats to Land's End. Lots of people have done that in the past, but what makes your task a little bit more difficult?
I intend to do it without stopping at all.
At all?
At all.
Right, okay. That prompts me to ask the obvious question, what happens at traffic lights and road junctions and things like that?
Well, the idea is to have support vehicles with us, and they help us progress through the roundabouts.
Right.
And we've done a little bit of research to make sure we know how long traffic lights stay red at certain junctions.
This is the bike you're using. For what is it you're using?
It's an Africa Twin, a 650,
right.
And it's an ex-Paris-Dakar rally bike.
Right. What about petrol?
Well, normally this takes 38 litres in the front, and it has a rear tank which takes 28 litres, but we're having a new rear tank made to bring the total up to 100 litres.
Wow, that's a lot of fuel. That's also a lot of weight. Is that going to be a problem?
It will be, certainly starting off and coming through Scotland at first.
Yeah.
It will be a bit top heavy.
Right.
I've got to be very careful there.
Well, obviously the weight will improve as you're going on, as you start using up the fuel, yeah.
As I ride down, yes.
How long is it going to take you, do you think?
About 15 hours,
Right.
give or take half an hour or so. And,
I can't stay awake for 15 hours, never mind ride a bike for 15
No,
hours.
it's not going to be too easy. I've done quite a few long distance rides before, and I'm preparing myself with a personal trainer who is not only getting me fit physically, but also mentally.
Right, I mean, are you going to eat or drink while you're on this?
Yes, I obviously can't have any sandwiches along the way,
No.
or a cigarette, but I do intend to...
You're going to drink? You have to drink fluids?
Drink. I'm going to have a pack on the back and drinks around me, and I have to drink through straws.
Which leads me to another question. 15 or 16 hours on the bike, taking fluids, you might want to answer the call of nature now and again. What are you going to do?
Well, for that, I've got to wear what's called a Uri sheath, which is a pipe, basically, and which will empty out on the end of my boot.
God, I hope I'm not behind you when that happens, dear me. Have you done anything like this before? Because it's a hell of a task, that.
I have ridden from North Africa to England non-stop once, except for fuel.
That's
I was
more than
stopping for
900
fuel.
miles, isn't it?
That is, yes. I did manage to stop a couple of times for a break and have a cup of coffee. That
Right.
was after an expedition I'd done down there.
Right.
Yeah.
And are you into trail riding? Is that why you have a bike? This is your own machine, isn't it?
Yes, I use this every day, and to and from work, and I also trail it quite
Yeah.
often too. Yes, it's a bit heavier than some of the bikes I go with, but
Right.
I ride with the Big Trail Bike Club, and this is quite a small engined bike compared to some of theirs.
Right. Well, it prompts the obvious question then, Wayne. Why on earth are you attempting this?
Well, I intend to raise some money for the National Childbirth Trust and also the Macmillan Nurses.
Oh, right. Right, good stuff. So you're aiming to do this non-stop, right, which is a task in itself, but you've set yourself another little target as well that you're going to try and stick to. What's that?
Yes, not just non-stop, but completely non-stop with no feet down, without the wheel stopping.
Right.
All the way.
Are you a bit of a trials rider on the quiet? Can you balance like the Dougie Lampkins of this world?
Not on this bike, no. I think I'd have a problem with this. It's a bit too heavy.
And just one other thing I've got to ask you is this young chappie here, who you might have
Henry.
noticed, Henry the dog. You're famous for taking Henry around on your bike, I believe.
That's true. Henry, up, go on, pussies, up here. Up, come on, up.
Look, he's broke the seat now. But does he travel around with you on the bike?
He does, yes. He comes on the back. I have a cage on the back, and it's been checked out by the police as legal, and some vets gave me some advice on the size to make the little cage, so he's quite safe on the back.
I was going to ask you about the legalities. So he's not classed, is he classed as a pillion rider?
No, it's classed as a, I'll remember in a minute.
Is it livestock the class of dog has?
Yes, he's classed as livestock, yes.
So he's all right, as long as he's all right.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, the police checked it out to check that he was okay, and he's quite happy on the back. I've even done a police ride, and they assessed my driving and my riding on the bike, and I took Henry with me.
Yeah.
And they were that impressed at how good a pillion rider he was, they actually gave him his own certificate.
Fantastic, love it. Right, I presume he's not going to Land's End with you?
No, I think it'd be a bit unfair asking him to stay on the back for 15 hours, actually.
Right,
yeah.
right. All right, well, I wish you all the very, very best, and a couple of weeks off now, are we? Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of weeks' time, yep.
Yeah.
17th and 18th of April.
Right, well,
Thank you.
well, good luck and let us know how you go on.
Thanks very much indeed.
Cheers.
Cheers.